Zillionaire Entertainment, baby. Zillionaire Entertainment, baby. Zillionaire Entertainment, baby. Zillionaire Entertainment, baby.
What's up? Okay, here we go. I'm about to say, what is going on with my audio? I didn't hear a damn thing. What's up? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Zillionaire. What's going on, everybody? I have to do a quick live because I have to head back to Atlanta and finish filming, so I have to start packing. I have to start packing so I can go ahead and get ready to leave out this week, so I can get settled in down there in Atlanta and everything else. So I have to do these lives quick tonight. I got a lot to do today, and I have a lot to do tomorrow. So pardon me that I had to. I was going to start this live at 8 o'clock, but I had to cut. Remember, I had to cut my grass real quick. I had to cut my grass. I said, "Damn, I didn't cut my grass." Cut my grass, knock that out real quick. And now I'm here live. What's going on? Hope everybody's doing good. Let's get into this video. I'm going to talk about Ty Roland for a minute, one of the gang stalkers. And it's funny, he got arrested 2 months after the Kanika case. He got arrested 2 months after Kanika died. And now he's up for parole. He's up for parole next year. He got sentenced to 9 years, but he's up for parole next year. So he's up for parole next year. Whether he's going to get paroled, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get paroled. So I don't know. I just know he's up for parole next April. So he got a parole hearing coming up. And to be honest, after what happened to Kanika, and I'm not trying to be funny, I ain't really too happy about that. Nor will I be happy if he gets an early release. I'm just being honest. But I don't think it's a coincidence that he got locked up 2 months after Kanika, after the Kanika case, and he's currently serving a 9-year sentence. He might get out 3 years earlier next year. Let me see, 17 next year, 21. Whew, man, I mean, shoot. Yeah, he'll be getting out in 5 years. If he's up for parole next year, so he'll be getting out in 5 years if they grant him parole. Now, I want you see the video I have down right here, and I want you to show you, and I want to talk about gang stalking for a minute. As a lot of you know, gangs and gang stalking is very real. Kanika was gang stalked and targeted by these gangs that were there, and they were targeted, and you see the signs that they put up, the gang signs that they throw up in the parties. And I want y'all to understand gang stalking. So when y'all see these signs in your kids and your nephews and your nieces, or if you got anybody in your family that's affiliated with gangs, you'll understand the culture of gang culture. See, I grew up in Philadelphia, so I understand gang culture. I understand gangs because I grew up in Philly. Your gang was your neighborhood. That's the only difference in Philly. Now they had they had the Junior Mafia, they had the Moon Gang, and they had Italian mobsters in South Philly. So you had the Moon Gang, you had the Italian Mafia. As you see the movie Rocky, you'll see Rocky downtown South Philly. And remember, in the beginning of the movie, he was working for the mob. So the Italian mob is in South Philly. You had the Moon Gang that was around my father's time, and you had street gangs where your street is your gang. So where I grew up at, that was my crew, that was my gang, that was my neighborhood. And you had to rep your neighborhood, and you had to rep your set, and you had to rep your gang growing up in Philly. Well, back then, when I grew up, it was mainly we fight first and we shoot last. That's how it was growing up in Philly. We fight first and shoot last. Man, I got to blow my nose, y'all. God damn. And I just cut that grass, too. I just cut that grass and I feel my nose off. Had to cut my grass. But anyway, so understand gang culture. Understand in gang culture, they target individuals. Understand Kanika was a targeted individual. And Ty Roland, he's part of whatever happened to Kanika. And that's the point I'm making. Whatever happened to her, he knows exactly what's going on. That's why your boy Killer was trying to shut Peas up and tell Peas to be quiet, because Peas was going against the gang culture. Peas was going against the snitching code. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When Peas and Killer did the interview with Zach TV, Peas was spilling the beans. And y'all saw, I showed y'all, Killer kept trying to shut Peas up because Peas was going against the gang code. He actually was snitching. in third person. I never seen nobody snitch in third person, but Peas, he was snitching in third person. I said, damn, this nigga snitching. He telling everybody, he telling the whole thing. And Killer tried to tell him to shut up. And as you see in this video, I'm gonna show you Peas. He's next to he's standing next to, and I'm gonna talk about Tanasia Walker. I'm gonna talk about her as far as female gang affiliation. And I want to talk about Tanasia Walker because of the female aspect of gang stalking. And you have females that are involved. Like I say, I showed y'all about Shakira Garrett, which people don't really talk about. She posted that picture of Kanika, and Kanika looked half dead. She had her tongue out, like almost seemed like she was mocking Kanika's death or condition. So I'm going to play this video. You're going to see Peas. Peas is going to be, there go Peas right there. There go Peas right there. He's right next to Ty Roland, right next to Tanasia Walker. So Peas knows exactly what was going on. You ever had, I'm gonna tell y'all something. You always got a nigga in the gang who is a scary type dude. You always got a dude that's part of the gang, but he's a scary type nigga, but he still hang around. Peas remind me of that type of the guy. Peas remind me of a scary type dude, but he just, because he grew up around gangs, you know, he just trying to fit in, but that's not really who he is. But because it's gang culture, he's around it, so he got to fit in. He like that type of dude. He's just trying to fit into the gang culture of Chicago. So you see him right there next to Ty Roland and Tanasia Walker. And let me show you Tanasia Walker coming up. Now you see Peas, he put up his gang sign. Now Peas going to put up his gang sign, you see. Now you got to understand, there were like 2 or 3 different gangs there, but they were all cool with each other. There were about 2-3 gangs there that night. Because if you notice, Peas didn't put up the same exact gang sign as Ty Roland did. Peas put up another type of gang sign. So, like, look, for instance, I grew up in Philly, right? Say I'm from 62nd and say I'm from 62nd and Master, or 62nd and Vine. Say I'm from 62nd and Vine, but we cool with them niggas from 56th and Master, or we cool with them niggas from 46th Street Projects. It's like that. You got some gangs, they're cool with each other. And then you got their rival gangs. So you may have 3 different gangs who are cool with each other, but they'll go to war with other gangs. So understand, there was about 3 different gangs there that night. Ty Roland is part of a certain gang. As you saw the gang symbol he put up first. You'll see Ty Roland put up these gang signs, and Tanasia Walker's going to put up a gang sign. And then he puts up another gang sign. Now look at Tanasia Walker. She puts up another gang sign, and that represents the Black Disciples. That gang sign are Black Disciples. Understand, gang culture. I want you to understand, Kanika is in the middle of a gang culture. Kanika is right in the middle of gang culture. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's why I don't understand why people are running with these other narratives that don't make sense. I'm gonna read the comment section in a minute. I'm gonna read the comments in a minute, though. Just give me a chance to get my stuff out. But Kanika is growing up right there in the middle of gang cultures, and you know this culture is full of vultures and betrayal and backstabbing, and that culture is about a lot of dirt. And you got to understand, Monifa wanted to fit in. Monifa and you know, Irene, and these are young girls coming up in gang culture wanting to fit in. So whatever the gangs would tell them to do, you think they're not going to do it? I'm going to say this again. I don't care how much they hung around Kanika. I don't care how much, if the gangs had beef with Kanika or her family or her brothers or her uncle J Money. Because you got to understand, they killed J Money. Understand, they killed her uncle. They killed him. Understand, he was murdered for a reason. It was some beef on the street. I'm trying to tell y'all this. It was some beef. And I'm gonna get to Jay. I'm gonna get to Kanika's uncle, Tanasia Walker. We're gonna talk about that later. I don't know, later sometime in September. We're gonna talk about that later. I may do an introductory video to talk about how I'm gonna talk about Jay Money and Tanasia Walker. But I'm trying to paint this picture of gang culture. And y'all gotta understand, Kanika was right in the middle of gang central, gang culture, where they target people. If it's beef, if it's a hit out on somebody, you better believe. You never know when you never know when your numbers get called. That's the thing about gang culture. You don't know when your number is going to get called. You don't know what kind of beef, what kind of what kind of betrayal is going to happen. You don't know. Somebody could say you're a snitch. Somebody could say you did this. And if the gangs believe you did this, if the gang believe what's being said about you, or if there's just beef, or they just don't like your peoples, I don't like your peoples. So I'm going to retaliate and I'm going to kill your peoples that have nothing to do with it. Now understand gang retaliation. Say you're a part of a gang and you go out there, you got some beef going on. Your cousin ain't a part of it. Your family ain't a part of it. But these gangs will go and try to kill your aunt and your uncle. They'll try to kill your grandparents. They'll try to kill your mother and father. They'll try to kill your brother because it's gang culture. Just like that rapper Honeycomb, whatever his name is, Honeycomb, where the rival gangs kept driving by, shooting at his grandparents' house, and then they ended up setting the house on fire and killing his grandparents because he had beef. So you got to understand, Kanika was just in the middle of some beef. She was just a target. She was in the middle of some beef and some retaliation. So y'all can run with the other narratives that don't make sense. Because y'all know I only deal with facts, evidence, and the stuff that's right in our faces. A lot of people run with these stupid false narratives. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm like, dang, so I gotta come back and represent this case in the right way. You got all these YouTubers representing the case in a bad way. And it's more people representing this case in a bad way. It's a handful that's representing this case in a good way. Only a very few. Everybody, now you got all these new Kanika fans, and they understand they're just trying to make Kanika videos to get their channel started. All these new age Kanika fans, all of a sudden, popping up out of nowhere with Kanika channels. I'm like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. So it's like so disrespectful to her case. I'm like, shut the hell up. Like, who made this video? Shit don't even make sense, half the stuff they're saying. So I want y'all to understand gang culture and why Kanika was a target. And when you're in the middle of a gang culture, a gang city, you get targeted. You can't get away from that. So that's why I say if you got any family members that are parts of gangs, whether you like it or not, if something go down and if something goes down and your family is a part of a gang, you don't know if they're going to come and get you. That's the crazy part of gang culture. Just because your family is affiliated, that could put you in harm's way. That could put you in harm's way. That could put you in a dangerous situation, even though you have nothing to do with gangs or gang culture. So understand, Kanika was in the middle of a gang culture, in the middle of retaliation, in the middle of beef. That's why she was the only one at that party that was messed up like that. I'm going to give that drink to that girl. And they gave that drink to that girl, which was Kanika. Now, let me look at the comment section. What's up, everyone in the comments? How y'all doing? Melissa, A Goddess, James, Elaine, what's up? And Snake Eyes in here. What's up? And everybody else that's here. Christopher Cooper, what's up? So you just popped in here. He said, somebody said I was the original. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to do the case anymore. But as I look around YouTube, it's just like, y'all just misrepresenting her case. I don't know why I still got that scrolling at the bottom. I'm like, why y'all misrepresenting her case like that? I don't understand that. They just misrepresenting her case. And It's been almost 4 years, and I just got to put a stop to all this false narratives. That's a part of this case. So understand, she was a target. She was a target. She was targeted. Ty Rowland, he's up for parole, and we're going to talk about this stuff later because I really I got a lot to do. So I'm gonna get out of here. So I just want to hit y'all with this short live because I got 2 other lives I'm gonna do. I got to go back on my main channel. I want to talk about this black woman that was beaten in front of her father and her kids, and the cop lied on her, and she's suing them, and I don't blame her. So I'm gonna talk about that on my main channel. So I'm about to go back on my main channel and do 2 more lives, and I just want to do this short live just to let y'all know he's up for parole next year, and understand gang culture. Understand Kanika was gang stalking and organ trafficking, and like I said, I got to get ready to get out of town, man. So I got a lot of stuff to do today tonight and tomorrow before I get out of town and go back to filming in Atlanta. So, all right, y'all meet me on my main channel because I'm gonna talk about that black woman that got beaten by this racist cop, and I want to talk about that. All right, Ty Rowland. All y'all know exactly what happened to Kanika. All y'all were part of the gang members. All y'all was ganging. All y'all was targeting. Y'all know what happened to Kanika. So, y'all know what's going on. Y'all played y'all parts in what happened to that girl. And when I look at this picture of Tyrone, he got Ty Rowland. He got some demonic looking eyes. I don't know. Is it me or do Ty Rowland just got some demonic looking eyes? Like he just got some. And then the night of the party, Kanika party, his eyes were just black. Like look how black his eye. Like he just had a black dark. Like it's weird how his eyes were that night. He just had a black. It just looked demonic, and I'm just being honest. Like he looked very demonic. I wish I can brighten this picture up, but he looked very demonic the night of Kanika's, and I'm just gonna be honest. Like if you look real good at his eyes, they just don't look right at all. I mean, just look at his eyes; it's just very dark and demonic. Like that's what I see. That's what I discern from that. Look very dark and demonic. But anyway, very dark and demonic. All right, y'all. Meet me on my main channel. Let me get out of here. I'll be back on this case later on, maybe in September, because there's a lot of other things I want to point out about this case. Like I said, I want to talk about Tanasia Walker. I want to talk about her uncle Jay Money and why they killed him, and how Jay Money's baby mother, she set him up to be killed. She knew he was going to be killed that night. And all this gang culture stuff, man, I'm telling you, they will take you out. I'm out of here. I'll meet me on my main channel. Somebody said, yeah, I see that too. Yes, eyes look very demonic. Very demonic. All right, y'all. Meet me on my main channel. I'm out of here.